I'm Sid Part 2, and this is my newest custom action figure. I don't do these all the time, but it's a really fun hobby. This one I had a lot of help with from my girlfriend, Haley. Hi, Haley. I gave you credit. See? She did a lot of the detail work on this, and this, as you probably can tell, is a custom Cthulhu action figure. There aren't a lot of Cthulhu action figures out there, and a lot of the Cthulhu merchandise that is out there is actually, plush, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with plush, but I want something that actually looks really cool, really badass. So that's why I decided it'd be really fun to have a Cthulhu action figure, and I couldn't find anything I liked for, not ridiculous amounts of money. So I decided to go ahead and make my own. The base of this figure is actually the Malbolgia figure from the 1997 Spawn film line that they did. And the funny thing about that is this figure looks friggin' fantastic, body and the original head and everything. And the movie Malbolgia looked terrible. Honestly, the main thing this figure does when it had its original head is move its mouth like that, right? So I don't know why they didn't just film the damn figure flapping its jaw and then have some guy dub it, because it would have been a significantly more believable effect. But anyway, see, I used the movie Malbolgia figure to create it, and I painted it green. And then the head actually is removable. Sorry, you always want to be careful because you never know. The head's removable, and it's just a rubber octopus toy, but it looks really good. And I actually chose to use rubber because I wanted this kind of, this adjustability and free movement to the tentacles, so that I could do different things with them, have it wrap around and stretch out and stuff like that. And I wanted the head to be a bit squishy looking, like an actual squid. And the way I've actually attached this is I took off Malbolgia's head, and I'll tell you a funny story about that in a second. So what I did is I got rid of the head, and there's like a neck joint in there, and I, used a Dremel to get it all out. Then I took a piece of Lego from Bionicle. Hold on a sec. I'll move that closer so you can see the neck joint that I put in there. I took a piece of Lego from Bionicle, and I took some sculpting clay and a little bit of super glue. And I shoved sculpting clay down and around the hole of the neck, and then I shoved this thing in there, and I drilled a hole in the back of the octopus head there that fits in, and so the head's actually somewhat adjustable. You just take it off and you put it on at different angles, and it really does not look too bad once it gets on there, but I like it just on how it's mainly intended to be. I had a lot of difficulty about what exactly I was going to do with the eyes. Originally I wanted black eyes with red spirals, but I got one of them Haley painted one of them that way, and the paint didn't dry very well, and the lines were too, you could tell it was hand painted. No matter, she's got steadier hands than me. I tried it again, and I could not do it. So I just filled them in all black, and then did some orange stripes, and I think it comes off very effectively. Seeing it in person, it's still a little shaky of the hand, but on film I bet it looks a lot better. I'll get it close to the camera again so you can see that. Those are the details on the eyes. One of my favorite things, and I'll bring the camera in close so it's more stable for you guys. One of my favorite things are the detail works. On the original Malbolgia figure, these raised nerves that you're seeing were just, everything was brown, and the raised nerves there were just the same color of brown. But I thought it'd be cool to have them be just a significantly rather, darker green color. So that's what we ended up doing. One sec. No, that's not good. Alright. Sorry, just playing with the focus there. So we went with a significantly darker green color there. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to be stable so this is in focus, but I don't have very stable hands. The nerves, and I love the detail of the skin on this thing. It always looks so good. Ooh, wait a minute. that should look better. I love the detail of the skin on the nerves. I just think it looks really awesome. You can actually see the suction cups up close there. And there's some of the other side of the wings. And I really like... Whoop. Sorry. Scared there for a sec. I really like these spines that stick out. Oh, there you can see the screw there. I looked up what he actually says, because when I bought the Malbolgia figure, new in box, the batteries that came with it were actually installed already in it, and were corroded because it hadn't been opened, because no one liked the Spawn movie. But nah, I looked up what it says online, and it's an evil laugh. So I don't know. I might buy some C batteries and see if I like the sound of it, but who knows. Let me put this back on the tripod. Hi. We're on the tripod again. Good. So he's got some pretty good. Whoa. He's got some pretty loose articulation, actually. He's got some pretty good articulation, though, for a, this isn't a 12-inch figure. This is, I think, 16 inches total. So you got hip joints, a knee joint, and an ankle joint there. And that's pretty cool. And that's on both legs. So you can actually get him into some pretty wild poses. He seems to like a lower stance, like so. I just gotta adjust the arm. This arm has the most articulation. This wrist moves, but I really like it in that position, and I painted it that way, so I'm gonna leave it that way. The elbow joint moves. Hold on. The shoulder moves, and the elbow moves with some more more problems. It's part of it's the paint I used. It's not the best for keeping articulation, but this guy's mostly gonna be a statue more than anything else. Once I get him to stand again. I'm sorry, I'm getting really nervous, because McFarlane figures, though they look amazing, are infamous for shattering, just like your dreams. Okay, come on, Cthulhu. We said we'd behave. Anyway, so yeah, you got arm and shoulder joints. This wrist doesn't move, but, I still love it anyway. So on to that funny story about getting the Malbolgia figure. Alright, so I get the Malbolgia figure out of the box, brand new. I'm like, wow, this looks really good. I'm going to play around with it before I try and do anything, just see what all it's able to do. And so the very first thing I do, since I know all I'm going to have to do to it is take off the head and then paint it. The very first thing I do is I see what kind of articulation the head has by trying to turn it ever so slightly. And it snaps right off. The only thing I need to remove just falls off with the minimal amount of effort. I saw one guy doing a review of the Malbolgia figure online, and he's like really annoyed by it because as soon as he opens it, the arm's broken or something. And McFarlane figures, like I say, they look amazing, but God, do they shatter. So, as I said, I knew that the head was going to be the only thing I had to change. I really like the shape of the body. Cthulhu's got kind of that gut on him, and Malbolgia's from this series definitely does have that gut. So we did one model of the head before just deciding to go with a rubber octopus. I really do think the rubber octopus worked out well. Milan made that suggestion, and I begrudgingly agreed with him, and Haley hasn't stopped bickering me about it. But, such is life. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys the original model of the head, which has turned into a toy all on its own. So this is the original model of Cthulhu's head that we're going to use, and I'll get it closer to the camera. So, yeah, you can see it here, and I do like it, but as you can see if I get it a bit closer, it's really obvious that it's made hand sculpted, and I wanted it to look smooth and more like an actual octopus head, or squid head, what have you. Though I do love these things. This is actually a oh, sorry, the microphone's back here. Hold on. This is actually a fake plant that you'd find in an aquarium, and like I said, this is turned into a toy all on its own because it's really fun to do this to people. Or maybe I should do that to myself. It's really fun to go up to people and just like attack them with Cthulhu and just say, "Give Cthulhu hugs." It's endlessly entertaining. Oh, one thing I didn't mention. Cthulhu's eyes seem really important to me just because in a figure, I think it's important to try to express things about the character, if possible. And one of the things about Cthulhu is he's supposed to drive you crazy by being around him. So I figure a really cool way to do that would be with eyes. Which is why I went with something less, like, it's not like, pupils, and it's more like slits or something. Like I said, originally I wanted spirals. Which is why on Cthulhu, it's actually got, or the original model, it's actually cat's eye marbles inside the original model of the head. Like I said, I really did like the idea of this. It just I didn't like the way it ended up turning out because it just looked too hand sculpted, and we weren't going to go buy sculpting tools. But Haley, it had nothing to do with the quality of your work. It was just not good enough. It wasn't. No matter what we did, it wasn't going to look smooth enough for me. So I'm sorry. Still really, really like you. Okay? Okay. And it's a really fun toy on its own. It's like an accessory. It's like this one throws madness at you and goes like that. So yeah. Everyone remember, Cthulhu really gives the best hugs. So there's the Cthulhu figure. And right now, I'll post some still images of it for you guys to get like really good quality pictures of it. So I hope you guys enjoy that. And thank you for watching the video and listening to me yammer on about a cool thing in my collection. You'll begin to see this guy soon in the Geeky Gentleman intro. I'm going to make him I love him that much that I'm going to make him a stable part of the Geeky Gentleman intro. So be excited to look out for that. And I don't know. Until next time, I'm Sid Part 2. And I have a lot of fun making custom figures. I don't know how great they are. If you want to see another one of my... I've got one of a Sonic plush figure that I made that you can go check out on my channel. And if you'd like to see another one of my custom figures, PM Captain Logan and ask him to make a video about it, because it belongs to him now. So yeah, everyone, thanks for watching.